Welcome back to another video. Soil here, and today I want to introduce one of the best indicators on TradingView that gives the ultimate power for trading. To add this wonderful indicator to our chart, here we click on indicators and we search bias and sentiment strength. This one, which is an editor specs indicator, and it's written by someone named Matt Zapp, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Alright, this is the indicator, and as you can see, it's in the form of an oscillator that these histograms are moving above and below the center line, which is 0. This indicator is built based on different oscillators, and those oscillators histograms are overlaid here. By default here in this market, only 2 oscillators are added, and we should add the others here in the settings by changing their scaling settings, so they will be shown on the chart. Here you can see that for this indicator we have MACD, RSI, stochastic, awesome oscillator, alligator, and volume. At the moment RSI is on the price chart, which is this one, and stochastic, which is this one. The other ones are also activated by default, but they are not shown here, and we need to adjust their scaling for this purpose. Here the author explained a little about this, that this happens with Forex market where some of the oscillators are not shown and we need to adjust the scales with some extreme values. For example, if I change the market to crypto market and for example BTC USDT, this one, you can see that all the oscillators are added for this asset. Let's continue with Forex market. So you learn how to adjust the scales so that the oscillators will be shown here in this indicator. Alright, as I said, we already have RSI and MACD here, and we just need to adjust the scale of the other ones. Let's begin with the volume. For volume bias, we give the scaling 10,000. And you can see that these purple bars are added, which I'll explain later how you can interpret them. For alligator scaling, we set it at 1000. And this is it, which is added here. We can set it at higher scaling, for example 5000, and it will be scaled higher, but 1000 would be okay because we're not going to interpret them separately. For awesome oscillator, we set it at 2000. And this is the awesome oscillator. And for MACD scaling, let's set it at 5000. So it will be scaled a little bit higher, and this is our MACD, which is added. Alright, the scaling is done, and let's see how we interpret this indicator and how we can use it for trading. This indicator is designed to give us a quick visualization on the strength of the market, and by having the volume in place in conjunction with a bunch of other oscillators, it measures the market strength not only based on price movement, but it also considers the amount of volume in that direction. These purple bars that are moving above and below the center line are the volume bias in this indicator, and it's a 30 period volume weighted moving average minus 30 period simple moving average. The result would be this volume oscillator that is moving above and below the 0. So the volume bias here can be positive or negative in spite of the direction of the market, which means, for example, we can have a bullish movement in the market along with positive volume bar, which is a good sign of strength, but we can also have bullish movement in the market with negative volume bars, which is not a good sign of strength, and we must be cautious in this situation because there is a possibility of reversal in the direction of the market. So these purple bars, which are the volume bias in this indicator, help us with evaluating the bullish and bearish sentiment in the market. And for discovering bullish or bearish sentiment, we use these blue and red waves that are formed above and below 0. When they are above 0, the waves are blue and they show positive sentiment, and when they are below 0, they are red and they show negative sentiment. As I explained earlier, these waves are built based on MACD histogram, RSI histogram, stochastic histogram, awesome oscillator, and alligator oscillator, and as you know, they are among the best and most popular indicators that are used for evaluating momentum and discovering changes in the direction of the market. As I mentioned earlier, in this indicator we don't interpret each of these oscillators separately, but we look at them as a whole in the form of blue and red waves. When we have blue wave, which is actually above 0, it shows positive and bullish sentiment in the market, and when we have red wave, which is actually below 0, it shows negative and bearish sentiment in the market. If we have both of blue wave above and red wave below 0 at the same time, like here or also here in this part, we must be cautious because this is telling us that the bulls and bears are fighting fighting with each other to take the control. And this is usually in the form of flat market, or also we can see this slightly in the pullbacks, which happened here for this pullback, as you can see. So when we have both of blue and red wave at the same time, we must be cautious. When we have complete blue wave, it's a bullish sentiment, and when we have red wave, it's a bearish sentiment. And for evaluating the strength of this sentiment, we use these purple bars, which are the volume bias of this indicator. When we have blue wave with positive volume bars, it's a good sign of strength in the bullish movement of the market. But when we have blue wave with negative volume bars like here or here, it's not a good sign of strength in the bullish sentiment, and this gives the possibility that the price is probably going to turn. On the other hand, when we have red wave, which is along with negative volume bars, it's a good sign of strength in the bearish sentiment in the market. And when we have positive volume bar along with red wave, it shows that the bearish sentiment in the market is weak and we may have a turning in the price movement. You can clearly see how changes in the volume bars help us to know when a movement is weakening. So besides the movement of the waves towards zero and appearance of the other wave, which shows weakening of the prior movement, changing of the volume bars actually confirms which side of the market has the upper hand to take the control. This indicator performs better on intraday time frames, and it's better suited for short-term trading where you have a buying signal or short position signal based on your trading strategy. And by the help of this indicator, you can quickly evaluate the market sentiment to see if it confirms your trading signal or not. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.